What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fulcrum Report. I am your host, Sebastian. If you would like to, please drop a like on the channel. You can subscribe, comment below, and please hit that bell notification to get updates on our new videos. So without further ado, what's going on, guys? I have Gilbert here.
What's up, guys? Glad to be back.
And first-time guest on the Fulcrum Report, but long time with the Krayt Dragon Films. We have William.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Cool. So, William, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit and tell us what you do on the channel and just kind of give us your origin story.
Oh, man, my origin story. Well, you see, my parents were murdered in a back alley. No. My name is William Chandler. I am one of the voice coaches for the channel. I'm a professional voice actor. I own my own studio. It's called Grand Stag Studios. And I signed on with KDF about a year ago. I was set to produce the Kanan series, Kanan the Last Padawan series. I got about 4 episodes in, had some complications, and Rob has since been the editor, but I've still been doing the voice directing. And now we're finally back on track with Kanan. So that's been going pretty well. And now my current job, after producing like 1 or 2 episodes of Kanan the Last Padawan, Daniel asked me if I wouldn't mind helping out with the channel a little more. I got my education in communications and business throughout my college career, and I became the communications and social media strategist for KDF, and my most recent project for the channel is, and I'm sure many of you will see after this month, we are going to be transitioning, and you'll see what I've been working on for the last 4 months.
Perfect. Yeah. William is a big guy here, and it's awesome to have him on our show. He's not...
Aw, shucks.
Like the head honcho.
Yeah.
Well,
all of our guests
Daniel's still the head honcho, but
Close.
I'm just happy to help. Close enough. Yeah, there you go. Close enough.
Right on. Yeah, no, all of our guests are awesome, but William, he's pulling all the strings behind all this. So thank you, William, for even helping us pull together the Fulcrum Report.
Well, you guys were absolutely top-notch. For those of you who didn't know, a couple months ago, we wanted to expand and start doing more and more comic dubs. And I made a post on castingcall.club, and we were looking for new directors, and some weird guy, his name was Sebastian or something like that. He sends me his resume and says, hey, would it be cool if I did a news-type deal? And I said, that'd be excellent. We've actually been wanting to do a news-type deal. I just talked with Daniel about it the other day, and we got the Fulcrum Report going, I guess, about a month ago. And then Gilbert, Gilbert is a top-notch guy. If you haven't been watching his Obi-Wan and Anakin comics, you're a real sucker. You need to be watching those. Those are the best edited videos on this channel. He's a great, charismatic guy, and after having a one-on-one with him, I was like, damn, you need to be doing the Fulcrum Report. So he and Sebastian have been doing that ever since.
You flatter me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and Gilbert, I have a huge man crush on you. I can't say enough good things about you to William all the time, so I'm going to say it straight here. You're amazing, amazing editor. I don't know how you do what you do, but you're amazing.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate it very much.
All right, enough ass kissing. Okay, so... So yeah, you were saying that we're gonna get some new content updates. We're gonna change the name of the channel to the Comic Experience. Do you wanna let us know what's to expect with some new content, or?
Yeah. So what's happening is, if you're not an old-timey Star Wars Legends buff like I am, you don't know what a Krayt Dragon is. Most people don't coming to the channel. I saw comments when I first started, and I looked through all the analytics and the comments on the channel. What the hell's a Krayt Dragon? And a couple of people were asking, what films do you make? You make comic dubs. You bring comics to life. And I said, yeah, that's a fairly good point. And a lot of people on the staff were attached to Krayt Dragon Films, which I understand. It's been that way for about 1.5 years, 2 years now. But to optimize the number of subscribers we get, and so people aren't turned off by Krayt Dragon Films, what the hell is a Krayt Dragon, and what films are Krayt Dragons making, we decided to go with something a bit more bread and butter. It's the Comic Experience. It says exactly what we're doing. We're making comics, and they're kind of like experiences. They're like miniature movies or television episodes. You're experiencing some master productions. and like Gilbert's or Rob's or Daniel's. These are incredible things. They're experiences. So, hence the name, The Comic Experience TCE. Like you said, Sebastian, the channel is going to be renamed. We're not making a new channel. And we're going to have an all-new logo, all-new banner, all-new intro, all-new outro. It's going to be fantastic. However, the content's going to be the same. We're still going to do Star Wars. We're still going to do Marvel. And we may expand into DC Comics, video game comics, so on and so forth. So that's what's going to happen. And on top of that, the videos are going to be more structured and more scheduled. Mondays, if we have Marvel comics ready, that's when a Marvel comic will release. Fridays, that's going to be the Fulcrum Report days. And Saturday, that's going to be the Star Wars days. If we have any original content, Rob, our fantastic executive editor and producer, sometimes puts together some cool original content, and those will be released on Wednesday.
Right on. And like you said, yeah, Marvel content coming. I know we were even talking about possibly doing a Marvel podcast. I don't know if Gilbert, if you'd be interested in that. Not even just a Marvel podcast, maybe just a comic podcast in general. I know Boom Studios, I've been keeping up with a lot of the Comic-Cons, so they're coming out with some cool Power Ranger comics. So maybe if we can pull some people together, get a comic podcast going. Right on. So we talked about the content change. Patreon. What's going on with Patreon? Right. How's that going to work?
I've been in the director and editor and producer chair, as Gilbert's been with Obi-Wan and Anakin. And we spend upwards of 50 hours on an episode, and it takes a lot out of us. And, not to mention, the fantastic voice actors who get their lines in, who polish their audio, who are their own audio engineers most of the time.
Shout out to Gilbert and Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Incredible. Great people to work with. Just love them, love everything about them.
But the problem is, they don't get paid. They don't see a dime of anything. And any money we make through ad revenue or whatever, it goes towards things like maintaining the channel or the rebrand. We've recently spent pretty much everything we've made in 2 years on this rebrand. And it's expensive, and things are expensive to maintain. Not to mention, we just recently submitted our paperwork for the not-for-profit production company license. And essentially, TCE won't make any money. Through Patreon, though, and the ad revenue and whatever else we get, that all will go to the actors to pay them for their roles and their work, pay the directors for their roles and their work, producers, editors, the whole 9 yards. That way people can actually get something out of this. Now, I know, for me, payment was never in the question. I was never worried about it. I was doing this because I loved Star Wars. But you all work so hard, and I see it all the time, and we get fatigued and everything, and it's nice to have an incentive. So what's going to happen with TCE? We'll have about 2 to 3 comics a month. Now, this isn't us limiting you all or whatever. It's just basic facts. School years will be starting for a lot of our directors who are in college or working, and this will allow us to have a more scheduled flow of content. You'll know what's coming out a week in advance. You'll know when it's coming out, the whole 9 yards. That Fulcrum Report won't count as one of the comics or anything. It'll be like at least one Darth Vader a month, at least one additional Star Wars comic a month, and at least one Marvel comic a month. So on Patreon, which the link will be in the description, I'm still working on it. It's still being edited. What's going to happen is you will essentially have multiple roles. You'll also, so with every role, you'll have that role mentioned in the credits of the comics. We have about 8 right now. Thank you guys who are supporting us right now, by the way. So how it'll work is we'll have a limit, or not a limit, but a goal. $250 being the first one. If we can manage to get $250, we will produce an extra comic a month and release it. And then we'll keep going and going and going and going. And hopefully we'll be able to start having people on part-time staff and so on and so forth. I'm not that ambitious. I just want things to get going and rolling and start allowing our producers and voice actors to start seeing a little something for their efforts.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And yeah, for me, this isn't for the money, but
right.
That would be amazing if we could actually get paid to do what we something. Yeah, a little something to do what we love. I know this is my dream job, so in the future, ever making this like a full-time job, if I can find out any way to do that. So yeah,
right.
Okay, so I think that covers it for the rebrand, for the comic experience. Do you want to add anything that I didn't mention, William?
Other than the fact that everything is going to be kicked into high gear, the channel is going to be efficient, we're going to have everything scheduled, it's going to be awesome. You guys are going to be able to rely on when the content's coming out, not, oh, I wonder when this comic comes out. Poof, out of nowhere, something appears. Oh, I mean, okay, that's kind of neat. You'll know everything.
Yeah, and
We'll be
also
100% transparent.
for the Fulcrum Report, I'll try and also add some updates on so when people can be expecting some of the future projects. So that sounds cool. Yeah. Let's talk about something huge that came out this week. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is yeah. Go for it, Gilbert. You're ready.
It's coming back.
Literally the greatest thing that anyone who's makes Star Wars stuff has ever done ever. My God, I've never been so happy.
Right. So the whole deal right now is, from what I gather, it's going to be the episodes and the story arcs that have already had some sort of animatics worked on, like the Cad Bane and Boba, the Kyber Crystal Crisis, the Bad Batch, which thank God for the Bad Batch, and of course the Mandalore War. Now, Dark Disciple might be coming, not 100% sure, but this will be the confirmed last season of Clone War.
Do you, what were those unfinished episodes called? What did they end up naming those? Do you remember, Gilbert?
The Lost episodes, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that?
the Lost episodes.
The Lost episodes were season 6 that appeared on Netflix only.
And then there were a couple episodes released on StarWars.com years ago, I think at the end of this series, where they released a couple
They were crummy animatics.
Yeah, so do you think they're gonna finish some of those up?
Oh yeah, no, those are the episodes.
Okay, those are the ones you were mentioning then. Okay, I thought so.
Right. Which is going to be cool. I can't wait to see my man Count Dooku go up against all the bounty hunters on Sereno. Can't wait to see the Mandalore War with Ahsoka and Bo-Katan. It's going to be great. I 100% think this is awesome. I will say, however, I think this is Disney trying to regather their audience after losing the vast majority of their fan base after The Last Jedi.
Yeah, well, with The Last Jedi and with Solo.
And Battlefront 2. I mean, they have serially lost everything.
Yeah, that's like 3 strikes in a row.
I'm not going to go see Episode 9. I won't. And I don't care whatever they do. I'm not going to go see it in theaters. And I'm especially not going to buy any new Star Wars games coming out. I'm boycotting. I'm ticked off. And that's saying a lot coming from a lifetime Star Wars fan.
Yeah, no,
I'm in kind of the opposite boat. I want it to be good, so I'm at least going to give it a chance. Like I'm going to be the guy who continues to go no matter what the movie is. I'll at least give it one watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in
Vote
this
with your dollar.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Gilbert, and I'm a collector as well. So even if the movie's kind of crappy, at least I get a new something to put on my shelf. And the designs are always cool, at least. So coming from that aspect and the collector's aspect, yeah, I give everything a chance. Did I like The Last Jedi 100%? No. Did I like Han Solo 100%? Not as bad as Last Jedi, but yeah.
I thought Han Solo was actually pretty good,
Yeah.
only because I went in with such low expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
But I think there's a good future for Star Wars. I think things are finally going to get back on track. They're doing fan service with the Clone Wars. They've got Star Wars Resistance coming, which I don't know how that's going to work out. They've canceled Forces of Destiny.
Thank God.
So that's won a large. Well, don't say thank God. I was supposed to do some voice work for.
oh
it,
no,
but,
I'm sorry.
No. I agree with you. I agree with you. Forces of Destiny.
My issue with Forces of Destiny, they came out so much. I started watching them when I was actually keeping up with them, and I'm a Kanan guy, and especially since we do the Fulcrum Report here, I kind of like to keep up with all the current stories going on in Star Wars. Even if I haven't got to read the comic, I'll at least do the Cliff Notes. But yeah.
I don't know how everything's going to work out. There's going to be the Comic-Con revealed there's going to be a slew of new Clone Wars comics, which is good to hear since imagine that this generation is kind of the Clone Wars generation. We'll see.
Yeah. Gilbert, what are some stories you want to see coming from Clone Wars? Obviously, we're going to get some surprise episodes. What are some questions that have been in the back of your mind that just have never been answered from the Clone Wars, or story arcs that you want to see finished?
Well, honestly, I want to see what happened to Darth Maul. Like he was such a integral role in Rebels, and at the end of Clone Wars, he gets captured by Emperor Palpatine, and it kind of just goes off by the wayside, and we never get an answer to that. I'd like to see what happens there, and then also I don't know, a few more clone stories, maybe. I mean, it's been confirmed as canon in the episodes that the Delta Squad from Republic Commando, they exist in Clone Wars, so maybe give us a story about them.
My hope is they're going to do more than 12 episodes, and they're going to do kind of what they did in the first couple seasons of the Clone Wars, have episodes go out of order, not necessarily us having just moved linearly straight to episode 3. It'd be kind of cool to go back and do that, and that would give more... if fans like it enough, hopefully they'll give us another season, but I'm willing to bet they're trying to put it to bed.
I'm kind of down with the anthology way of telling the story. Since it has been so long, maybe if they do go along with it that way, we'll be able to kind of just feel like, oh, here's a missing piece here, here's a missing piece here, here's a missing piece here. Instead of it being gone for so long and it's just kind of that like farewell season that, like with the X-Files, or I don't want it to feel like a farewell season. I want it to feel like, yeah, we're only getting 12 of these, so I want them to feel like nice big chunks of each episode matters. So maybe if they don't all go in order, yeah, I wouldn't mind individual.
Disney's throwing some serious money to this. They've got character models have been redone.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Yeah, do you want to lay into that? I noticed a new Anakin. We got some new noticed a lot of new characters. So who did you notice that kind of stood out to you?
Well, so Anakin's hairstyle's changed. Obi-Wan's got his cloak. A couple minor things. Some things haven't changed, like Rex. Nothing's changed on him whatsoever, which is fine. Rex is Rex, and I wouldn't imagine too many things changing, but I think the things that will change are graphic updates, aka 4K quality for the streaming. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. And that beautiful pink sky, that scenery that you see when the gunship comes down into the hangar. Oh, that is, or the base, whatever it is.
It was beautiful. It was just
beautiful. I thought, oh my God, they're throwing some serious money into this.
Oh, no doubt at all.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for it. Gilbert, I'm going to shoot this next one to you since we're the Fulcrum Report. Did you notice the hidden Fulcrum logo in the promo image?
Oh yeah, it's on the helmet, isn't it?
Yeah, what's going on with that? Fulcrum just kind of showed up everywhere now. We got into the promo.
I have no idea.
You do know what that's all about, right? Or are you just kidding around?
Okay, go for it, William.
So, in the book, the Ahsoka Tano book that came out, it described the entire war on Mandalore in detail. Well, Dave Filoni explained the entire war on Mandalore in detail at a Comic-Con. So this is how the story kind of ends. Anakin and Obi-Wan are preparing to go fight in the Battle of Coruscant. But they at the same time, they receive a communique from Mandalore from Bo-Katan saying, hey, Maul's here. We're about to purge this bastard off the planet. But we need help. We are willing to surrender to the Republic, which is how the Empire got the foothold on Mandalore in Rebels. But they said, look, we will accept Republic support. We need you guys, though. Our Death Watch or Owl Watch or whatever they are, Night Watch. So basically what happens, Anakin has one final conversation with Ahsoka. You see in the distance the ships getting loaded up, and suddenly these double doors open up. Anakin's given his final talk with Ahsoka. He gives Ahsoka back her lightsabers, and this door opens up, and there's part of the 501st with orange helmets with Ahsoka's patterns and everything on, and he's essentially giving her part of the 501st to go fight Maul and the Mandalores and the Mandalorian War. She takes them. They go. They kick butt. They drive Maul off. Order 66 happens, and Rex is the only one not affected. Clones turn on Ahsoka. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's symbolic. It explains why the 501st wasn't at full capacity, even despite the air battle over Coruscant.
So do you think we're going to get to see that in the show, or do you think it's going to be alluded?
100%. Okay. Dave Filoni went into strict detail about this. This is still Dave Filoni's show. This is his call. I 100% think this is what's going to happen, and the helmet only confirms it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I felt like, we were going to get a little bit of I know that correlates to Ahsoka, but now, yeah, thank you. So we're all good on that one. I want to talk about something. It's an issue for me, at least. I want to see if it's an issue with you guys. I'll start with Gilbert. We got to see Darth Maul's ending in Rebels, and I feel like seeing him in Solo, and like I said, spoilers, guys. We're talking all about the spoilers. We saw Darth Maul in Solo. I kind of don't really care what happens to Darth Maul now that I know it's ending. Do you feel like do you feel like that anywhere with the Clone Wars, where you know certain characters like Rex? I know Rex, I know where his B point is, so I don't care to I'm not excited to see Rex in the Clone Wars, and I'm sorry for saying that, but I already know how his whole story ends. He kind of got drug out in Rebels. I'm kind of done with Rex. Did that happen for you?
With that logic, why even care about Obi-Wan? Because you just know he's gonna die in A New Hope anyway.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, though, I mean, I didn't mind it. It was kind of one of those like, oh my god, what? How the heck? Like for me when I went to go see it, like that was like a real surprise for me because I didn't see that coming. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to see how that fits in and how they're gonna fit in Kira and all that other stuff with the Solo movie into the greater universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. William, do you find it knowing the outcome of a character, does that take away the stakes? I guess is what I'm trying to say. I feel like the stakes are taken away. Since
when have you ever watched a trailer for anything and gone into the movie and remembered what happened in that trailer? For me, I become so immersed, I forget about it. But I agree with Gilbert about the whole Obi-Wan thing. Yeah. I will admit, though, I'm tired of Maul. I really am. I can't... I like Maul, don't get me wrong, he's fine. But Disney is milking Maul. And it's what they should have done with The Phantom Menace. I was reading up on an article about what George Lucas had planned for the original, or the prequels. He had planned for Maul to live Phantom Menace. Maul isn't defeated, but he kills Qui-Gon, sets things in motion. Sure, he's injured. Attack of the Clones, Maul should have stayed alive. Revenge of the Sith, Maul stayed alive. Anakin kills him, takes his place. That's what the one of George Lucas' plans was, and it seems like they're going back and being like, oh, well, we kind of screwed up on Maul, so let's milk him as long as we can.
And they're just sprinkling him in here and there. This feels like I feel like we got his ending in Rebels. Character. We got his ending as Rebels. We almost had the full circle. I mean, I guess we can fill out some details, but yeah.
And there's going to be another Maul comic series.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And it's not going to be an add-on to this one. It's just going to be another Maul comic series.
All right. I'll admit that's a little much.
It's a lot of much.
You know what? What they should focus on is a little more is Grievous, because I feel like they didn't nearly focus on him as much as they should have.
Or like Count Dooku, or
that too. Also,
I was gonna say with Grievous in Clone Wars, since we're getting these final 12 episodes, Grievous in Clone Wars never got his final true form. If you know what I'm saying, he always had that prototype General Grievous look, and I remember them having concept art for the more episode 3 looking General Grievous. Do you think we're going to get to see a bit of that?
Actually, in the season 1 episode Layer of Grievous, you did get to see his evolution of his armor. This is supposedly like the second to last modification, and I'm willing to bet at some point in time he got the final upgrade to do the sacking of Coruscant. So I don't know about Grievous. I agree we should see more of them. Are we? Probably not likely.
So you don't think Grievous is going to show up in these final 12 episodes? I mean, Grievous
he is. I mean, he is going to show up.
You think he is? Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, he'll show up for the Kyber Crystal Crisis on Utapau, but I don't think we're going to see a ton of him. Now, Dooku, if they end up doing Dark Disciple, where the entire story is assassinating Dooku, I think we're going to see plenty of him. But I just don't know. I think they're kind of done with Grievous. Battlefront 2 is going to have Grievous. I think they think that'll scratch the Grievous itch. I'm not going to get in Battlefront 2, actually. Let's skip off that, because I already know how we all feel about that. But point being, I don't think we're going to see a lot of Grievous. I think this is just going to be the end of it. End of story. Done.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next topic because we're getting towards the end. But last question. what are we missing? We're missing something here. What are some missing aspects of Clone Wars? A surprise is that we just can't even fathom. Something that we're not even thinking about yet. Are we going to
get 12 episodes? I don't think we're going to see much aside from what we've seen. Sure, there'll be some surprises, 100%. And God forbid that it only be 12 episodes. I hope they'll give us 22 episodes or something like that.
Oh, dude, I got it. I know what they need to do. They need to put a Kanan episode in. Like at least that's what I want to see. I would love to see an episode where we see Kanan as a Padawan. I would be so down.
I'm down.
That's funny. Rob and I were talking about this. There was a panel in one of the comics where Kanan walks by, or Caleb Doom and Depa Billaba walk by Anakin. I think that would be so cool just to see it. I mean, granted, Kanan wasn't, or Caleb Doom, or Kanan, whatever, wasn't imagined during the Clone Wars when it was in production. I think that would be so cool to see. A fun little nod.
Yeah. I mean, just to have, like, I don't know, just a mention. You know, have an Order 66 episode and just have a mention of Depa Billaba and Kanan.
Yeah, if they do go through with Ahsoka's 501st, turning on her and everything, I'm willing to bet we're going to see a montage of a bunch of other, kind of like we saw in Episode 3, of Jedi dying at the hands of their clones or being captured or whatever.
That's what I was looking for, Gilbert. Thank you so much.
I think it'll be cool.
And I'm glad you brought up Kanan, because even in the prequel to the Rebels, the book, I'm trying to remember, Dawn of something. Anyways, in the first couple chapters, you actually get some interaction between Kanan and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, yeah, that would be neat if they, just tie it in. Yeah, I'm all about the connection.
Like Ahsoka. It's a Dave Filoni baby. Willing to bet we'll see a nod.
All right, so San Diego Comic-Con 2018. Gilbert, did you see anything that came out of that scratched your itches?
I saw the Shazam trailer, which actually didn't look too bad.
It didn't look horrible. Honest. Yeah, no, I'm psyched for that one. Did you see the Shazam trailer, William?
I saw all of them. I think this Comic-Con will go down as the Comic-Con of DC, given that the CW and the DC and everything.
And the DCU.
That's right. They also released, or they put the trailer out for Titans, didn't they?
Let's go for it. Talk about Titans. Yeah, I knew that would come up.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that one.
I'm not crazy either.
Let's turn it up. Extra dark, extra edgy.
Robin shoots people.
Yeah, and curses now too. Man, this is gonna be totally balls.
It doesn't look great.
It looks so bad. And Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Flash, Black Lightning. Jesus Christ.
I'm kind of done. Yeah, Flash was like the last one kind of stringing me along, and yeah, I'm kind of just...
And then that last season
I was never on board. I was only in for the movies, and after Justice League, I am completely done with DC.
Aquaman, it looks like a Black Panther DC universe. I would love to do a shot-by-shot analysis and pair them up with scenes from the Black Panther. It's
surprising too, because Aquaman's been in production a long time, so it's not like they saw. I mean, and I guess you can fix a little bit in post-production, but. Yeah. It's not like they saw Black Panther and then went and made Aquaman. They were making it around the same times with each other.
I agree.
Yeah, so it's
my conclusion is this was the Comic-Con of DC. I am not a huge DC lover. I love Green Arrow, love Green Lantern, but geez and Pete's, this is.
I mean, they're trying. They're God bless them. They're trying.
It's like the boat that has half the boat missing, and they're still trying to shovel out water. I mean, it's done. Just call it quits, give it 10 years, and reboot.
They just did a rebrand.
Back to what you're good at.
It went from being
animated.
The animated ones aren't too bad. I feel like
the last Suicide Squad one was kind of blah.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I think Comic-Con was very meh this year, and aside from the Clone Wars,
San Diego Comic-Con, I guess, was just kind of boring this year. Sideshow Collectibles, I'm going to give a shout out to them. This is not a sponsored video, but they're coming out with some really cool Star Wars figures. I don't know, have you guys ever seen the Sideshow figures?
I've never collected figures in my entire life.
I'm doing it for you. Yeah. I'm taking care of it for you. Guy. Gotcha. I'm taking care of it right here for you guys.
Good grief.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
All right.
You want to talk about your anthem a little bit, William? What's going on with that?
Yeah.
What is your anthem?
So, aside from my work with KDF, I did study broadcast journalism in college, and there's a game coming out by EA. It's called Your Anthem, or it's called Anthem. It's called Anthem. It's fantastic. Same guys that made Mass Effect, best story and the guys that made SWTOR, KOTOR, all the old Star Wars games. Fantastic storytelling. It's basically a space, not a space shooter, but a sci-fi fantasy game. Top-notch, 4 suits that are kind of like Iron Man suits, each play differently. Incredible story. It's phenomenal. So I decided to create a channel called Your Anthem that delivers news and lore and all sorts of fantastic discussions about the game. Primarily because like your big YouTubers like Eric's or Caucus HD, they cover the big updates. They rarely cover lore, and of course, when they do, they get tens of thousands of views. When I do it, I go into detail, do some discussion, so on and so forth. And when the game comes out, I'll be streaming. I'll be covering it regularly, and it's been a lot of fun. Sebastian has signed on with me. He's going to help with the Freelancer Radio podcast. It's going to be a time and a half.
Yeah, I'm super psyched for that. We're getting all pumped up, and we're playing Warframe lately, so...
Yeah, Gilbert, you got to hop on with us.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm downloading it as we speak.
Awesome.
I was actually playing right before this. I'm addicted now. Thank you, William.
You should have texted me. I would have... Oh, you bastard. All right. Well,
anyways,
guys.
Drop it in for like a couple personals, and I was only playing for like half hour, so don't get your get all knotted up.
Okay. But anyways, I think this was a lot of fun, guys. You guys are doing a fantastic job with these Fulcrum reports, and I can't wait to see what's coming next from you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, William, for being on the show. Do you want to get out any last thoughts from you?
Say again?
Any last thoughts from you? Do you want to get anything else out that I didn't mention?
Just remember, KDF is about to turn into TCE, and
it's going to be okay,
get ready
everybody.
For the future.
The world's still going to be here after the change.
Yeah.
On.
That's all I've got.
Cool. Thank you so much, William, for being on the show.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Gilbert, thank you so much again for being on the show. I know I didn't get a whole bunch out of you today, but
I mean, it happens. No worries.
Yeah, no, we had some stuff to cover about the channel, but next week for everybody, we're gonna go back to the original format. We're gonna get Marshall and Erickson back on. We'll talk more everything, and we'll talk about more Clone Wars with them and see what they got. So I'm excited for that. So thank you so much, Gilbert, for being on the show. You want to get any last thoughts out? Plug anything that you guys are doing? What's going on with the Obi Anakin comic?
Still just hacking away at it. It kind of halted with the last week with my work schedule, but I'm right back to it again and should be done this week.
Perfect. Right on. All right, guys, thank you so much. Once again, I'm Sebastian. You can follow me on Instagram at Revan Winter Soldier. Please drop a like on this video, subscribe, comment below. We love Star Wars just as much as you guys. And please
be sure to check out Your Anthem.
Yeah, Your Anthem. I'm so psyched for that. Yeah, check out Your Anthem. Drop a like over there. And then also, please hit the bell notification. That way, when our comic dubs do pop up or the Fulcrum Report pops up, you'll see it right in your notifications, and you'll be able to get your fix right there. So thank you so much, guys, and logging off. Bye.
Peace out, everyone.
See you.